Welcome to another episode of Nightmare.Stories of the Other Side, where we talk about paranormal experiences, investigations, and everything in between. This afternoon, we are live at the 3223 Bridgham House.
You got it.
It took me a while to get that. And we welcome in Jason Moravec.
You got that too.
The owner of this beautiful location. For this podcast, we'll be discussing all things paranormal, past and present, related to this house. This is going to be a fun and casual conversation, and maybe we'll get some interactions during the investigation. I'm your host, Courtney Donahue. All right, so first things first, history and ownership. So what first attracted you to this property?
I feel like the market was very slim, so we didn't have a lot of options. We were looking around at many properties, and at the end of the day, this one was the one that worked for us. So that's what we chose to go with. When we walked in the door touring this home, it happened to be raining that day, and it was raining in the inside of the porch. So that should have been a sign like, you got some work to do.
Yeah, for real. For real. How long have you owned the house, and what did you know about its history before purchasing it?
Going on 11 years now, and yeah, we knew absolutely nothing about it. Yeah.
How did you discover some of the history? Did you guys work with like a historian or anything like that?
The Minneapolis Historical Society does open houses where they invite people to come in, and they'll open their archives to you, and they'll show you all the old plot maps and all of the history, old newspaper articles and everything. So as soon as we purchased, we definitely ran down there and
that's cool.
Checked it out.
What is the most fascinating historical fact that you've discovered about the property?
Historical fact. I think it would be one of the former tenants is one of the most fascinating historical facts. There was a woman who lived here in the 20s and 30s. She was kind of a local celebrity. Her name is Sarah Schaefer, and she's one of Minneapolis's and the country's first female police matrons.
Oh.
So she devoted her life to her profession, and they say that she worked with 50,000 incarcerated women and children. That's what a police matron would have done. And upon her retirement from that, the police force gifted her this home with a collection of funds to retire in. And she called this her cottage.
Okay.
And I mean, she has such a legacy. I think that's probably the coolest thing. One of the coolest things about this house. Yeah.
Have previous owners shared any unusual experiences with you at all?
Oh, for sure. When we moved in, we had a former owner come over, and he was collecting some mail, and he happened to ask us if we still had the bat problem in the house. So that was probably the scariest information that we got, because bats are terrifying.
Yeah.
So
they sure are. Has the house always had a reputation for being haunted?
Yes. It's sort of been that haunted house on the block. It's the oldest house on the block, built in 1892. So it's always those old rundown first homes that people always had a story to tell about it. So it kind of always had that reputation, and still does. We get over 600 trick-or-treaters.
Wow.
Every year.
That's crazy.
And we're happy to be that scary house on the block.
I have a question too about like the property. Was the property originally a lot bigger? Like where the house is like on either side, I'm assuming like quite newer?
Yeah, it would have been a farm essentially. So it would have been acres that this house had owned.
That's kind of what I figured.
Yep.
You know, yeah. When you think of it, and then you're like, oh, what it looked like back in the day. It's typically like a house like this would have like
a whole farm. It would have a carriage. It would have horses.
Yeah.
The whole shebang.
So now we'll move on to paranormal experiences. What was the first paranormal experience that you remember personally having here?
Let's see. It kind of, um, when I was touring the home, it just felt really, really busy. And that was sort of the first like trigger that maybe there's something else going on here. Obviously, it's very old and many, many, many lives have come through the door. So that was the big one. It just felt busy. It felt like it was still busy.
Yeah. Sometimes it's just a feeling.
Yeah.
Whoa. What is that? What? Turn the sound off. What is going on right now?
I don't know.
What just happened?
I don't know. I'm gonna go do this.
Well, that was a really interesting experience.
I'm not for sure.
Yeah.
That is. Oh my gosh! Now it's red.
Are
that
you
is only
using your energy in your
yellow.
phone right now, though? Because it was picking up your phone, but well, if it's connected to yours, are you using internet? No. I don't know then. It did go off right after that happened.
That was interesting. Sorry, guys.
Yeah. Well, okay. Okay.
Welcome to the home.
All right. On that topic, I love how I said now we're going to talk about paranormal experiences and things are happening. All right. What is the most convincing unexplained event that you've witnessed? Or I guess most convincing as in like if you told a skeptic, they would be more likely to believe you because it's so black and white.
I feel it's hard to convince a skeptic.
I know, but you know what I mean.
Yep.
Like most
something
in your face evidence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was in New Orleans on vacation for my birthday, and we had just come home. We were just dropped off by our Uber, and came in and threw our bags down. And I'm tired, hungry. We have nothing in the fridge because we were gone for a couple weeks. And so my partner said, well, I'm just going to go grab us Taco Bell. I'm like, okay, great. That's not my first choice, but whatever. I'll have Taco Bell. And so he leaves, and I sit down in the front parlor, and out of the wall, I heard, I missed you.
Oh.
Out-of-body voice, clear as day. It's burned into my mind. It was a woman's voice. I miss you. I can hear the tone, the whole thing.
Wow.
And that was very profound. That was very profound. And I ran out of the house and got in my car and I called my sister and I'm like, I don't know what to do.
I mean, it was a pleasant thing.
It is a pleasant thing.
It appreciates you that you take care of the house.
Exactly. That was a big one. I think if I had another one that would blow someone's mind and was so personal to me, we had dogs for 15 years, senior dogs, and they were coming to the end of their days, and it was recommended that we had to put her down. And so we reached out to a lovely company called Lap of Love, and they come to your home and they help with that process. So this is a Friday. They said they're going to come tomorrow, the next day, to handle that. And I wanted my dog to be buried here in the garden where she belongs. And so I spent that Friday digging a hole 5 feet down. Very difficult. I don't know if you're... Yep, it was horrible. Just to know that next morning...
It's cool that they offer that service.
Yep. Totally, where they feel safe. So I dreaded digging that hole, and I did. The next morning, I wake up, I come out to check on things. We have a koi pond in the backyard with a waterfall. And that morning, the waterfall was not running. It was off. It was dead quiet. And it just felt so off, as if the yard, the house, was mourning a loss to come. So Lap of Love comes and they help us, and my partner and I bring our dog out and put her to rest, and we both pick up a little dirt to say goodbye, and the moment we drop that dirt on her, the fountain turns on,
Oh my
the
gosh.
water starts running, and it's like the yard is alive again.
Wow.
So it was like it was mourning her death. And so that is one thing, beyond all the spooky stuff that's ever happened in this house, was the most how.
Yeah, that's
So,
yeah, I wanted you to know that it was there.
yeah,
For sure.
yeah, yeah.
Have you ever seen an apparition or a shadow figure in the house?
Yes. I've seen a few manifestations occur, and I've been renovating this house for years, so you always see some traffic on the side in your peripheral, and yeah.
When it was real rough in the beginning, when you were doing like major construction, you feel like the activity was higher.
Definitely. Yeah.
Kind of how they say it goes.
Yeah. I think it's like checking you out. What are you doing? And our objective is to make it historic and bring it back to its original bones. But I think that they're just curious of the process and kicking up a lot of dust.
Are there any specific rooms or areas where the activity is more common or stronger?
We kind of give it general. We've had experiences in every room. There is a room upstairs called the Blue Room. It's a guest room. Sorry. It is very active. There's old domestic staff rooms that are pretty active, and then the basement is pretty active too.
All right. Have any family members, guests, or neighbors reported any experiences at all?
Definitely friends and family.
Okay.
We love to entertain. We love to have people over, and we get reports of their experiences all the time. So sometimes they want to come back, and sometimes they don't.
Well, that's right, yeah. Especially because they get the wild first experience in the guest room.
Yeah.
Have any other paranormal investigators visited the property, and if so, what evidence did they capture?
Definitely. I have been kind of very selective about investigators because this is our private home. And to give them a shout out, Midwest Spirit Seekers has been my main investigation group, and I've worked with them for several years now. And not only do they investigate, but they also do a ton of history. They go down to the library, they go down to the graveyards. They've really helped unlock a lot of clues. And whenever we've gone on vacation, they would come in and dog sit and investigate.
Well, I mean, that sounds like a good deal.
It's a win-win, and
Right.
and they're family. So I have gotten some amazing evidence from them, and I'm so thankful that there are so many great people in the paranormal community.
All right. What is the most compelling piece of evidence that you believe is ever collected here?
Ooh, that's hard. I think it's all pretty great. When you hear a voice on an EVP that you know didn't come from anyone in the house, that's pretty profound. And we've Midwest Spirit Seekers have caught a few of that, and that's scary. Like when they pick up a voice of a child and you know there's no children in your home, like
Yeah. It's pretty black and white.
Yeah.
In your face. Is there any recurring names or voices or entities associated with the house?
There is a name Emma that comes up a lot, and we don't know where that came from. We don't have any record of an Emma. We've done a lot of genealogy of the home, and that just name seems to be on repeat. Obviously, a female. So yeah, Emma is a big one.
Do you get any of like the passengers ever coming through?
It's we get voices, we get responses. I don't know if they're owners or what, but definitely other people come through.
So Emma's just like the one name that you
Emma's the one that is a big name that comes through. Yeah.
Have you ever reviewed evidence that genuinely frightened you? Sounds like maybe that EVP, that you're the spotty voice that you had, but other than that.
Oh yes, that voice is scary too, but just like I can't express to hear a voice you know is not part of your house is terrifying.
Yeah.
And luckily the voices have all been kind. We get I missed you. We get what are you doing? We get I love you. All these positive ones, thankfully.
Yeah.
Obviously we've had dark experiences too, but as far as EVPs, it's sort of been positive-ish.
That's good.
Yeah.
How has living in a reportedly haunted house changed your life? I think we can take off.
Yeah, no, it has. It's changed my life because it's a challenge to live in a location like that. And, 11 years, it's not every day. And it becomes so often that you just kind of get used to it. But it has changed our lives where it's become interesting and the history has become interesting. So to create a haunted history tour is definitely a change and sharing that with other people.
True. Have you ever considered moving because of the activity? Sounds like you ran away a few times.
I have ran away a few times. I've ran to my car a few times. I think the thing that has, I'll speak for my partner. Bats and mice is what makes him want to leave.
Okay.
So much as
It
ghosts.
seems like it's like better now though. I don't imagine that you have a whole lot of bats.
No, but
at the beginning I'm sure it was rough.
But he is just anti-bats and mice. He's like, we're gonna sell this house. I find one more mouse.
Spiders.
Yes.
That was my
So as far as like ghosts, no, or spirits, no. There's always the opportunity of blessings and taming things.
True.
And saging and taming things down, which we try to do periodically, especially if there's investigations, just to get it on a neutral ground for everyone. But
Do you feel like there's, as far as like sleep experiences, I know you kind of touched on that earlier. Do you like what kind of experiences people have like sleeping going right here, including you?
Oh,
Anybody.
definitely. I don't know why, but sleep paralysis seems to be a huge one. And of course, there's scientific explanation of that and whatnot.
Yeah, but if you've never had it in your life and you have it in a specific location, it's kind of hard to explain.
Yes, it's very intense. It's draining. Like you almost can't function. Like voices in your ear speaking languages that you don't understand. Sleeping is, and this isn't always, for some reason there's a trend that whenever we go on vacation and then come back, we're kind of retaliated against.
Okay.
And then that first night or second night, there's always like you're not going to sleep with it. And I kind of anticipate it. And I'm working on how to manage that a little bit.
Yeah.
But vacations and leaving the house, as soon as you take the suitcases out, that's a trigger object for them. They're like, they're going somewhere. I don't know how I feel about that. And yeah, when there's been times where we're waiting for our Uber to go to the airport, and we just have to say like, hey, we'll be back. Don't worry, it's okay. And we can hear tracing of footsteps up and down the hallway. Like they're just like, don't leave us.
Yeah.
And I don't know why. I don't know if it has abandonment issues, but
Well, that kind of leads into the next question.
Okay.
Do you believe the spirits are intelligent, residual, or like energy?
Great question. I think definitely a mix of intelligent and residual. Our home has gone through many lives and has gone into the zone of boarding home. So we believe over 100 people have lived here. So there's definitely the static of 100 people going up and down the stairs, 100 people walking across the room, 100 people living their lives.
Energy.
Yep, doing their thing, and obviously intelligent energy too. And it seems to be highly intelligent, like it's evolved somehow.
Yeah. If you could ask the spirits one question and receive a truthful answer, what would it be?
Oh my gosh.
Or you could say it. I'll give you that.
Okay. I feel I would love to know if they liked the renovations. I'm a big, I've restored this home over all these years. I would just love to know if they approve. I try to make it as historically accurate as possible. So I want to know if they're just kicking back and enjoying the spaces, or if they're like, this is gaudy, remove it. I don't know.
Right. I was wondering. I feel like would you ask about like what the basement was?
Oh well, for sure, for sure. Yeah.
I'd be like, all right, what's the story here?
As you comment, this house from 1892 was built on a former structure. Kind of rare. This is the first house on the block. So to choose this location and kind of erase that history and create something new is kind of unique. And so I would love to have known what was here before, whether it was a farmhouse, a log cabin, a plot surveyor's location, or a trading post. That would be amazing, because we have found an original subfloor of whatever structure was here before. And I feel like there's a lot of information there, a lot of history there, and I'd love to unlock that.
Yeah, for sure. What message would you like to share with skeptics and believers about this house?
Just that we just want to honor the history and the people that have lived here.
The dead bell went off upstairs.
I think we heard a ting upstairs.
Yeah, the bell. We had the bell at the top of the stairs.
Okay. Maybe they agree with me.
Yeah.
But they want to be. They want to be remembered, and I think that was the point I was trying to make.
I think they agree.
This isn't about cheap thrills. It's about understanding the amazing lives of the people that have lived here. So that's what I would want to just tell them.
Okay. All right. If the walls could tell one story that no one knows, what do you think it would be? Is it like thought-provoking?
Oh, that is so.
I haven't answered part of that.
All right. Can you repeat the question?
Okay. How about this one?
Okay.
What location inside the house would you never spend the night?
Oh, easy.
I feel like we're doing this now.
Yeah. There's locations in the basement that definitely I would not ever. I don't even like to go down there, let alone spend the night. We keep the light on in that room 24 hours a day. So yeah, definitely the
Do
basement.
you feel like the spirit likes the light on?
No, I feel it's for my benefit. I feel like it kind of tames it down a little bit.
Okay. I was wondering about that.
Yeah, no, I feel like we keep all the lights on in the basement to just say, hey, you can't hide down here anymore,
Gotcha.
and
Yeah.
go somewhere else. So,
Right.
yeah, I would just avoid the
I mean,
basement.
that makes sense. All right. What do you think the spirits want for living here?
I feel like there's a hierarchy. I would love to think that the positive spirits just want to be remembered, want us to enjoy their space and the place that they called home. And I feel like anything that might be negative just wants to absorb and use your energy as a human.
Yeah. Definitely.
Long story short.
That's about right. And then what do you hope investigators will discover here? Maybe that has remained a mystery for years.
Anything. There's just so much history that anything is valuable. Any name, any information is valuable. So I welcome that.
Some answers to the basement mystery.
Ah.
All right, I guess the last question here. If the house could be remembered for one thing 100 years from now, what